Stephen here, December 8th, Monday. It's about 12 noon here in New York State. And happy holidays. Hope you had a good weekend. Today, for me, the energies feel not so bad. I feel pretty balanced. I don't feel like I'm getting really pummeled by the extra energies. The frequency is a little bit higher. It's just above baseline today. But that actually means it's a good day to kind of see things with a little bit more clarity. Maybe you're not so emotional today like you were the last couple days. Leave a comment. Let me know. But I'm not here to talk about the Schumann. I'm really here to talk about something much more taboo, at least in this lane in the spiritual community, and that's about politics. Now, don't leave yet because I'm not getting political, so don't worry about that. However, I want to point out something that really isn't discussed very often, and this rang true to me this morning. It just resonated like a bell, and I just figured I better get this post out there so people could see what I was thinking. Leave a comment, but in the meantime, watch this video and grow with the flow.
This whole left versus right thing. It is not politics. It is psychological engineering. If you really want the truth, here it is. For years, you have been tricked into believing you were choosing a political side, liberal or conservative, left or right. But that illusion was never about democracy. It was about dividing you from yourself. Because when you force a human being to identify with only one side of a belief system, something deeper happens neurologically. You start overusing one hemisphere of your brain and suppressing the other. And the moment those two sides stop working together, your inner balance collapses. A divided mind is a weakened mind. A weakened mind is a programmable mind. Look around. Everything is engineered to keep you in that division. Media headlines designed to trigger you. Algorithms feeding you outrage. Politicians acting like performers. Influencers repeating scripts. Fear pumped into your nervous system every single day until you stop questioning and start reacting. That isn't accidental. That is psychological warfare disguised as politics. You were never supposed to use your full intelligence. You were supposed to stay emotionally triggered, mentally exhausted, and spiritually disconnected. Because that version of you is easy to steer. Think about it. When you lean too far into the logical left brain, you lose intuition and compassion. When you lean too far into the emotional right brain, you lose discernment and clarity. Either way, they win, because you are not whole. A whole human being is impossible to control. A whole human being questions everything. A whole human being cannot be hypnotized by fear, identity, or propaganda. But most people aren't whole anymore. They've been hijacked, and they don't even know it. They think their beliefs are their own. When in reality, most of those beliefs were installed through repetition, trauma, and emotional conditioning. People aren't thinking, they're reacting. They're defending ideas they never actually examined. They're fighting strangers over narratives written by people they will never meet. That's the manipulation. That's the hoodwink. That's the hypnosis. The division is not between left and right. The division is between yourself and your own mind. The moment you wake up to that, the spell breaks. You stop reacting on command. You stop letting the world tell you who the enemy is. You stop surrendering your emotional energy to manufactured chaos. You start thinking again. You start feeling again. You start connecting again. You become whole. And here is the part they never want you to figure out. A balanced mind is sovereign. A sovereign mind is powerful. And a powerful mind cannot be controlled by any system built on division. So if you truly want to rebel, stop choosing sides. Start choosing integration. Rebuild your inner coherence. Turn your mind back into one unified instrument instead of two battling halves. Because once you become whole again, the game is over. Not for you, for them. Stay awake. Stay thinking. Stay whole.